Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody's day is off to a wonderful start. I thought I would check in with you guys and show you how the molding went for my Centaur Warrior bust. And I did run into a little bit of issues with it, but in the end everything turned out alright, and I'll show you how it went down. So this is the Centaur after he came out of the mold, and this is my two-piece platinum cure silicone mold made from Moldstar 20T from SmoothOn. So the issue that I ran into with this guy was cure inhibition. And some of you may be asking, well, what's cure inhibition? Well, I'll tell you. Well, basically what cure inhibition is when the silicone rubber liquid reacts badly with another material, say the object that you're molding, and it stays tacky, like somebody spread table syrup on it, or it doesn't take any solid form at all and it stays as a liquid. And that's the tackiness is what I ran into yesterday with my piece. I had a bad reaction with the small wooden block that I had my sculpture mounted on. I honestly did not see that coming, but that just goes to show you that always do a small test piece or a test spot on an inconspicuous area if you're working with a material other than a clay that you know is not going to cause any inhibition issues. Another thing, I did use quite a bit of isopropyl alcohol in the smoothing process, and there was a couple crevices where I guess the alcohol didn't quite dry, and it also caused a little bit of an inhibition issue, but luckily that didn't cause a long-term problem either. So what I did was I looked up on the wonderful world of Google on how I might escape this devastating tragedy, as silicone is not it's kind of an expensive material to use, and it was suggested that I subject the uncured portion of the mold to moderate to high heat. You always want to be aware of what the heat resistance is of the silicone that you're using, and this particular silicone is good past 400 degrees Fahrenheit, so you can subject it to quite a bit of heat. But all I used was my clay warming box and a hair dryer on the highest setting, and I just held the heat to the uncured portion of in the main and where the wooden block base was, and after about 15 minutes each of giving them that heat, the tackiness dissipated and it turned to a cured finish, and crisis was averted. The only thing is that instead of having the wood grain texture of the block that I intended, I don't know if you can't really see that very well on here now, just because of the color. Oh, there you can see it a little bit. Instead of having a wood grain pattern, now I've got this rough, bubbly texture that will be in the final casting, which I'll find out what that looks like momentarily, as I'm going to try the first casting in it right after I finish this video. And I'm pretty sure it'll turn out just fine. It might actually turn out better than I intended. The texture may give the base a little bit more interest than what I thought it was going to, and it might add for a nice paint effect when it comes time. So again, I'll just restate that if you are using silicone, just be certain that whatever you're molding is compatible with your material, because you do not want to waste your time, your effort, and your money on your project just to find out that it's unsalvageable. I got lucky, and I was able to fully cure it by subjecting it to heat, but now I know for next time, do a test spot, or just stick with using a material that you know is not going to cause any issues, and be fully sure that all the crevices where another material like the isopropyl alcohol has a chance to completely dry out, so that that doesn't cause any problems. So I will say that tin cure silicone is a less expensive silicone, and it's more resistant to inhibition against materials, but the reason why I don't use the tin cure anymore is because it's more prone to having air bubbles trapped inside, and I do not have a degassing chamber yet, so you have air bubbles in the silicone that don't dissipate, and the air bubbles actually get trapped up against your sculpture, and then you end up with all these weird deficits in the final mold, and it causes problems with casting. So the platinum cure silicone, which these molds are, is a little bit more finicky, but it's lower viscosity, and the air bubbles are less of an issue. But you can also vacuum degas this. But again, tin cure silicone, it's more resilient, but more air bubbles. Platinum cure, less air bubbles, more finicky against cure inhibition, depending on your materials. So that is how everything went down. I hope you guys found this informative, and I will be posting a couple pictures on my page shortly about how the first casting went, and you guys can see how she turns out. You guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you again soon.